Welcome to Crime Time.
It's time to talk crime.
What are we talking about today?
Let's talk about the Daniel Petry and Gabriel Cole case. Gabriel Cole reportedly lived in Brazil and developed a fascination for video games at such a young age. His educational background or family details have never been unveiled, but the way he was brutally murdered by one of his close friends, Daniel Petry, would still give you scary goosebumps. Shockingly, Gabriel was only 12 years old when Petry killed him.
So young.
He was very young. On the other hand, the latter lived in his neighborhood, and the two became friends over an online game, Tibia.
What's tibia? Do you know what it is?
I believe it's an online game that you play on a computer. I'm not exactly sure, but that's how they were first introduced to each other.
Okay.
Daniel Petry was born in 1991 and was always an aggressive kid who indulged in a couple of violent acts. According to the reports, his short-tempered nature and rebellious behavior also led him to get psychiatric therapies. Before diving in to the exact details, let us warn you of the heinous criminal acts committed by Daniel Petry. In 2007, the two teenagers enjoyed playing Tibia with each other and became a part of the gaming community. Now, since Daniel and Gabriel lived in the same neighborhood, their friendship took no time to grow. However, one day the 12-year-old's body was found covered in blood with multiple cut marks on it. The reason behind this most talked about murder was actually 20,000 tibias currency, which roughly amounts to $1.75.
You're joking.
It was a kind of digital currency used in the online game to buy some royalties and other requirements. Gabriel Cole borrowed the currency from Daniel Petry but denied returning it. The former was reluctant to talk to the 16-year-old and hence got disconnected from every electronic link. This was the reason why Daniel was frustrated, and his anger touched the sky. Since he already had an aggressive nature and behavior, Daniel could not handle the denial. He went to Gabriel's house and entered his room. However, before doing so, Daniel Petry called his mother at 9:30 a.m. on the day of the crime to know the exact timing of her arrival.
Oh, he was planning this.
It was planned. Further, after entering Cole's room, Daniel locked the door and attacked him. After beating the younger teenager for a while, he started abusing him. Essay.
Oh my god.
In fact, the Daniel Petry and Gabriel Cole case reports say that Gabriel Cole was actually essay, and he could not do anything but suffer. Later on, the 16-year-old decided to kill Gabriel, and so he brought up some electrical cords. He forcibly wrapped them around Cole's neck and strangled him until the boy was unable to breathe and became motionless.
He was torturing him.
He was tortured. However, the Daniel Petry and Gabriel Cole case did not stop there. The former wanted to hide the body, and hence he found a small space where he could place it,
Oh.
kind of like a crawl space.
So he
And
planned this by
he
calling
he
his
really did
mom
plan
and
this. Yeah,
hiding in
this
the
was
area that he's trying
premeditated
to hide
100%.
to go into full torture.
And what Daniel did next is completely horrific. He located a saw and began slicing the dead body to reduce its size so that Daniel could place it in the small crawl space. But as he was doing so, Gabriel woke up and screamed loudly. So he was alive while he was doing this.
Oh my god.
So he felt every bit of pain. However, the scream did not act as a panic factor for the killer.
It didn't bother him at all?
In fact, Daniel was oddly satisfied with such sounds, and this fascinated him to continue cutting Gabriel's body into slices. Well, even after doing so, the dead body was unable to be stuffed into the space. So the 16-year-old decided to leave the body as it was.
Oh wow.
But he made sure to make tibia symbols on it. So he made, I guess,
From
the
the
game
game.
symbols on the body. He carved it onto the body.
So basically saying this is the reason.
Quickly after killing Gabriel, Petry fled the scene. After some time, the victim's brother returned home and found Cole's body lying on the floor. He gathered neighbors for help, and then the police arrived at the crime, thereby sealing the entire area. Soon after, the cop discovered the entire online argument between the teenagers regarding the tibia currencies. Daniel Petry was eventually taken into arrest. However, unlike other criminals, he confessed to having murdered Gabriel. Not only this, but he also gave details about every single act without any guilt. So he admitted to it.
No
He had no
remorse?
remorse. Lastly, winding up his words, the murderer accused the victim of being a crook who tricked and cheated him. Later on, Cole's autopsy report confirmed that the 16-year-old SA him. So the police officers asked Daniel if he pursued a homosexual orientation, to which Daniel acted very aggressively. The boy denied being so and did not talk about this fact much. After the Daniel Petry and Gabriel Kuhn case grew popular in the world, everyone demanded justice. In fact, the story was a matter of national attention in Brazil, and the public wanted a just decision from the judiciary. But unfortunately, Daniel Petry did not suffer much. The 16-year-old was charged as a minor, and as a punishment, the court announced him to spend 3 years in a juvenile correctional facility.
That's it?
Only 3 years.
And as a minor?
He was charged
It was
as a minor.
premeditated. He planned
He
this.
only served 3 years. I don't know if the laws are different in Brazil, but yeah, just 3 years.
I can imagine that caused
And
outrage.
everyone, they were outraged. According to the media report, Petry was released from the juvenile camp in 2010 after serving 3 years of a jail sentence. Where is Daniel Petry now? It is since his childhood that Daniel Petry has developed violent tendencies. In fact, his parents have taken him far away for psychiatric tests, but the teenager always discontinued his treatment. In fact, Cole's murderer did not like going to doctors and even developed immense hatred for them. The 16-year-old also stopped going to school but found his comfort in playing Tibia. So when he was released,
he was obsessed with Tibia.
He was obsessed with that game.
And his parents I can't believe he only got 3 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. But according to his parents, they knew that he had problems and they were trying to help him. But Daniel even interacted with other fellow online players, thereby establishing a distant friendship with them. Hence, the Daniel Petry and Gabriel Kuhn case never brought any changes in him. Talking about his current whereabouts, Daniel Petry has disappeared. After completing his juvenile detention in 2010, he stopped coming out before the common people, thereby hiding his current identity and location. This is a reason why there are several speculative theories about his existence. Many people believe that Daniel might be living quietly in Brazil by adopting a new identity and career path. Besides this, a certain population claims that the guilt of killing Gabriel would have made him take his own life. In addition to this, a few citizens suggest that the criminal could have fled the country and might be living in another place. Now, what's the truth? Well, the disappearance is still a mystery and an unsolved puzzle that does not seem to receive an answer soon.
So nobody knows where he's at, or that's what they're reporting.
Yeah, nobody knows his whereabouts. Some say that he might be guilty, took his own life, but I doubt that. If he showed no remorse and even took pleasure in the killing.
And he only did 3 years.
He only served 3 years.
And when he came out, he went right back into the same community.
Exactly.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. And there's actually horrific photos of the crime scene circulating online.
Oh, I bet on Reddit.
Yeah, on Reddit, there's the photos there. Horrible crime scene.
But to plan, you had to have put a lot of thought into it, and as a 16-year-old, your mind's not fully developed, but you know right from wrong. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below.
That wraps up today's video. Don't forget to follow us for more. Stay safe and stay vigilant.